King of the Jews. Then many of the Jews read this title, for the place where Jesus was crucified was near the city. And it was written in Hebrew, Greek, and in Latin. Therefore the chief priests of the Jews said to Pilate, "Do not write, the King of the Jews, but he said, I am the King of the Jews." Pilate answered, "What I have written, I have written." John 19, verses 20 through 22. When the angry crowd brought Jesus to Pilate, he asked them, "What accusation do you bring against this man?" The original charge, the one brought by the high priest himself, was blasphemy. They did not have political authority, however, to impose death. They knew that the Romans would find the charge of blasphemy insignificant. The Romans simply did not care about religious regulation of the Jews. When the crowd told Pilate that Jesus was an evildoer, he dismissed the charge as trivial. "You take him and judge him according to your law," he declared. That is when they changed tactics and made an appeal to the political stability of the Roman Empire. "We found this fellow perverting the nation," they told Pilate, "and forbidding to pay taxes to Caesar, saying that he himself is Christ, a king." For the Romans, building a kingdom, challenging the authority of Caesar, was considered capital offense. Thus the irony of the sign over Jesus' head. Some of the religious authorities had been worried that Jesus' preaching would bring the wrath of the Romans on the Israelite nation. To be sure, they were eager to overthrow the Romans and be ruled by the one who would come to sit on David's throne. But they would not concede that Jesus was the Messiah, the king that they had been anticipating. In bringing the charge of sedition against Jesus, they were actually cooperating with the empire, acknowledging the authority and claiming Caesar as king. In fact, when Pilate asked, "Shall I crucify your king?" the chief priests answered unbelievably, "We have no king but unto Caesar." So the question comes to us today. Is Jesus truly our king? Or do we only acknowledge him when it suits our ambition? In our personal, unspoken protests against the revealed will of God, are we willing to hang a sign over the head of Jesus that pays higher tribute to the gods of this world than it does to him? Like the crowds that clamored for the addition to the sign, do we say that Jesus says he is king? Or do we say he is king? In how we answer, there is a world of difference.